This is Alamandorius, and this video is basically being done as a test for my headset. I think I might have discovered what the issue was. I was having a little bit of, I guess you would call it feedback issue. It can be easily heard in some of my other videos. My playing around with the recording last night ended up with me having a very, very low voice. So sometimes I couldn't be heard properly. It's actually looking like it might have been the fact I had my headset hooked up to the front jacks of my my computer, which is kind of annoying. But I mean, I have heard that front jacks on things tend to have these kinds of issues, so I'm not going to be overly disappointed on an otherwise flawlessly running machine. Now, I have decided to take out my Myogi. A lot of people don't like the Myogi. I don't mind it. It's actually a pretty fast, actually somewhat maneuverable Japanese battleship, but it is, as again, very, very fast compared to other battleships of this tier, and even some later tiers. Maneuverability-wise, Japanese battleships have an issue with it. Sorry, Japanese battleships have an issue with maneuverability, not the Myogi. Oh my. Especially when you compare them to their American counterparts. American battleships and the premium HMS Warspite are excellent at maneuvering. They are very, very maneuverable ships, and yeah, I know I'm saying that twice, but I can't I can't overemphasize. Oh my. I can't overemphasize just how good the turning is on those particular ships. I have absolutely no problem dodging torpedoes in them. I shouldn't say dodging outright. I mean, there's a lot of times that, yes, I do dodge them outright. However, at best with a battleship, you're looking to mitigate torpedo strikes. Now, let's find out where the enemy is. Looks like we got the entire fleet moving one direction. And we have the aircraft carrier, our Langley, hiding behind an island. This is something I do not advise carrier captains to do. Yes, it might be somewhat handy for short term, but long term, oh man. That's one of the first places a destroyer is going to look for you. Sitting still in an aircraft carrier is never a good idea. Now, so we got a cruiser over here. Destroyer. Let's see if I'll get lucky. No. You saw it coming. That's a Wix too. Okay, so I don't have to worry about torpedoes rather. You'd be surprised, and honestly, like, I know the game says don't shoot at destroyers at long range, yada yada, so on and so forth. You're a battleship, you stupid idiot, your guns shoot slowly. But you would honestly be surprised how many times I've utterly smoked a destroyer by shooting at it long range. Plus, if it's the only thing you've got to shoot at, I mean, why not? The trick is with the destroyers to give them far enough lead, especially the later ones. Like when you're fighting a Sims, you almost have to, at long range, you almost you do have to make sure your scope, let's say the Sims is that little piece of land there, you basically have to maneuver it so that the Sims is not visible anymore. Make sure you're locked on, of course, but if the Sims is not visible, you know, or just slightly, maybe just the front, the tip of the bow on the side of the scope, that's where when you're actually going to be able to start hitting them when they're moving at full speed. Having said that, one thing I've noticed about the open beta as compared to closed beta, people have gotten a lot smarter about speeding up and slowing down their ships, and I'm okay with that. The reason I'm okay with it is because it makes for more interesting games when you're trying to hit your target. Now, yeah, I thought he was turning that way, but he wasn't. Oh, it's a St. Louis too. Oh, I feel sorry for him because he's fighting 3 St. Louis's and me. What's he doing? He is now turning. He's making very slight turns. Oh, there he goes. Bigger turn. Those might actually hit. Nope, splash around it. Oh, RNG. That's good though. That basically meant my aim was on. It's just that RNG decided to splash my shells all around the ship rather than on it. Oh my. There's a Kuma-class cruiser there. I'm going to start rotating my guns. Now, one thing I've noticed with battleships, at least when I play them, it's either all or nothing. You are either going to do exceptionally well with them, or you're going to crap out. Now, judging from here, judging from the game so far, this might be a game where I crap out with them. And that's okay. If people can watch this and learn from the mistakes I make, because I make plenty, then I'm happy. I want better opponents. Not only for the fact that, I consider myself a halfway decent player most of the time, but if by watching me you learn from my mistakes and raise your skill level, then it helps me raise my skill level, because no doubt you will come up with interesting tricks. Okay, that was a mistake. Right there, case in point. Oh wait, I'll be damned, some of them cleared the land. And I hit! Okay, it wasn't such a mistake. Oh my. But, no, the more skilled the opponent in the game, the more you're going to learn from them, and the more fun, in my opinion, the match is going to be, and the better player you're going to become. And that's, again, one of the beauties of sport and online games. Now, I am not going to hit that, but I might make him nervous enough to start jinking wildly. Oh, wait. I was close. Closer than I thought it was going to be. Well, I'm going to sail back in because we've got an enemy... Oh, another Myogi. It's going to be a long reload, but I have switched gun. Yeah, you see, that's why. You see? Look at his damage. If he had been sailing this way the entire game, they wouldn't have had an opportunity to hurt him. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm going to ready some AP shells. Now, I know it's kind of silly to switch out like that when you've got nearly fully loaded shells, regardless, but it's not really when you're in no danger of immediate engagement. A little bit. Yeah, see, look at that. Smart. He definitely slowed down there a bit. Now, this is an interesting situation. I've seen it a couple of times, and this can go to one of two ways. One, the returning ships that are coming back to defend the cap. Look at that, he's turning again. Those ones actually might hit. But anyway, the ships that return to the cap might get picked off one by one. Good man. That is Captain Ramus. Ramius, I guess. But, excellent maneuvering there. But anyway, the ships coming back to the cap might get picked off one by one, or the enemy will be stuck in the cap trying to cap, won't give it up, and get sunk. I've seen that happen quite a bit. Always good to be on the team that's giving that rather than receiving. Actually, it was funny, one game before I started recording, before I found Overwolf here, I actually I was the only ship left in the area or near the cap, because I had been sort of sticking close to the carrier, providing at AAA, because all the friggin' cruisers buggered off, and I had turned around. I was actually was on this map, and I was in the H9 area, and I saw what was happening on the other side and booked it around and came back, and my team won that game. I died horribly to a massive salvo of enemy fire, but I managed to get the flag, protect the cap long enough for our ship, the majority of our ships, to get back and start firing on the enemy side. So it worked out quite well. That's another thing too. A lot of people will hesitate in a game, like, oh, I want to get a better score or whatnot, to make sacrificial plays for the good of the team. I don't. If I think I have a reasonable chance of now firing AP shells from a battleship on a destroyer, well, if they hit, they probably will go right through it, and they don't, as expected. But anyway, I don't hesitate to make sacrifice plays if I think it's going to benefit the team, if the team's going to come out for a win. A lot of people go, oh, you're crazy, but no, I'd rather win overall. See, that's another thing too. A lot of people look at win ratios on a game. No, that's not going to hit that same as I fired too far ahead. I'm busy talking when I should be concentrating on playing. As you can see up here, 2 hits so far. I'm not going to do much. But a lot of people focus on win-loss ratios in the game, and I don't agree with that, because you are beholden. Oh, hang on a second, I gotta respond. Those torpedoes are just BS. Real World War II torpedoes were even more devastating. At least in this, with a destroyer, you do not have to worry about being split in half by a single one unless it detonates your magazine. Okay, yeah, I know I shouldn't be reading that aloud. But that's another thing too. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Alright, let's see, they're all running away. I'm gonna see if I can fire ahead at that St. Louis. Oh my. I just get frustrated when I see talks about torpedoes. Because like they whine, complain, and bitch and moan about torpedoes being oh so devastating.
Torpedo support.
Oh, you sneaky little git. Well done. Holy. I'm gonna take a hit there. Gotta throw out a compliment. That was very, very well done.
Problem solved, sir.
So he's still around there. Those torpedoes weren't launched that long ago. Gotta throw up a spotter plane. Now I don't know if spotter planes. There he is. Guess it helps a little. Might be that other Myogi detecting him. Oh, look at that! I gotta give props to that destroyer. And some kamikaze. See if I can trick him into opening fire with his AA guns. Unfortunately, yeah, the game's getting interesting now, so I'm losing my threads of, well, trains of thought here. Yeah, props out to Monty1604. You, sir, are excellent with torpedoes.
Scout returning.
Anyway, so yeah, if Monty actually shows up to watch this, hey Monty, again, well done. Oh my. Crappy game for me though. That's okay. I don't mind. But anyway, going back to the talk about torpedoes and such, yeah, people whine and complain about torpedoes too much, and they're really not that bad. In fact, he's in the base. Aha. Okay, train of thought lost again. The only thing I could do right now is make sure. Okay, I got a friendly cruiser in here too. Now, I'm going to start changing course and altering speed. Yeah, okay. Okay, my spotter plane landed. But that's the, anyway, yeah, about spotter planes. Now, closed, in the closed beta, spotter planes actually,
Torpedoes, direct front.
increased spotter range. There. Haha, took your advice, Monty.
Torpedoes to port.
Anyway, spotter planes used to extend the spotting range of your ship. I don't think they do that in this one anymore. I think, there he is. Hey, Monty. Sorry, Monty. No, I'm not. You deserve that after what we did to my poor ship.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
Uh-oh. Turn, turn, turn! I'm still gonna get hit by one. But not the other.
We're all below the water line. We're flooding quickly.
Good. Well played, sir. Well played. But anyway, yeah, I think fighters are just... the seaplane fighters they launch are just torpedo bomber. And the... other one, the one that's more of a spotting aircraft, is actually just for increasing the gun range of your ships.
Target penetrated.
Turning. And it's over. Well, I got a few shots on a destroyer at the end, but I still made 1803 experience. That's not too bad. Cool. Actually didn't turn out so bad. I mean, nothing great. 5th on the team. I'll take that, considering the lack of engagement I had. But anyway, just a quick note there, going back on the topic of torpedoes. Torpedoes are easy enough to dodge, easy enough to mitigate. It's your own fault if you... or it's based on the skill of the enemy you're fighting, if you take severe damage from torpedoes or get sunk by them. Monty's case here, prime example. He did extremely well firing his torpedoes when he did, using the stealth of his destroyer to get in close enough that I couldn't see him, didn't know he was there, had no clue, and get his torpedoes to come around the island at me. But you know, in most cases, like especially with aircraft carriers, you can see the planes coming for a very long time. And in fact, if I'm I do believe in my Warspite video that I played, another one with my friend last night, although the sound quality isn't great. If I do decide to put up, you'll see me turning the Warspite around to try to make sure that those torpedo bombers that the enemy has sent in at me have to try to come at me from the nose. At the very least, it keeps them from. In a lot of cases, he's trying to get the maneuver to come at my side, but every time they try to come in on me, they're too close, so they have to back off and go out. That's the key. Try to keep your nose towards the bombers. Try to make them do the whole go back, come in, go out, come in, go out thing. It's not easy. It takes a little bit of skill. Well, pointing your nose at them doesn't take so much, but doing the come in, come out thing, it does require a little bit of skill and knowing the limitations of your ships. Now, in a Japanese battleship, that would have been a heck of a lot harder because, as I've said before, their turning just stinks. Anyway, that's it for now. I hope everyone enjoys this video. Sorry for the continuous rambling and coming in and out. And apologize for my part of the game being kind of boring. My own fault for gabbing rather than playing. Thank you very much, and this has been Alamandorius.